But Fei pushing Zhuang Rui away, she stands on her own mind and apologizes to Zhuang Rui that she had lied to him. Friends, this scene was very emotional and she asks Peng Fei to take care of both of them, but Zhuang Rui says that if we go, everyone will be together. If they go, I will not leave her here alone, and Peng Fei also starts saving her. After which they somehow save Fei. Fei did not step back to save Zhuang Rui's life, and that is why finally Zhuang Rui tells him that we hearing that they are going to find the treasure. She becomes very happy, and after some time, Peng Fei finds a check post on the way to the treasure, where she along with Fei make a plan and kill a man sitting there. After leaving there, Peng Fei checks the check post and tells Zhuang Rui in the map that there is a whole area of drug and gun smugglers here, and hence it can be dangerous to move ahead from here, so we will go around the check post tomorrow. We will move ahead because Ra is also about to happen. Then everyone is looking for a cave to stay where two men were sitting and talking that they have also talked to Dua and all the goods will be smuggled tomorrow, and here Dua's name is there. On hearing this, Peng Fei starts beating both of them very badly and others help him, so that it is revealed that Dua lives in the same secret base. After some time, Peng Fei tells everyone that Dua is a drug mafia, and 6 years ago, when I and my brother came here to do business, we got trapped in the trap of Dua, where while trying to save me, my brother got trapped, and after a few days, Dua cut my brother into pieces. My blood has been running high ever since she cut me into pieces and parceled me out, and I have decided that I will not leave her alive. Well, the next day when everyone wakes up, I see that Peng Fei one has left her there alone and set out to kill Dua. And while Lin goes straight to Dua's room, kill Peng Fei half the people. But brother, he loses in front of Mafia man Dua's fight tongue skill and gets caught, and all three are getting very worried for Lin. Then seeing those two men, Zhuang Rui gets an idea, and after changing his getup, he reaches Dua's base where he sees Peng Fei being beaten with whips. He was feed Peng Fei very bad, and after that Dua goes to talk to them, where Zhuang Rui convinces him with his acting that he has come here only to take drugs. Dua also believes him and starts beating Lin in front of them, on which all three start getting angry, but brother, they do it. To what could have happened? If they had done something, wouldn't they have been caught? Only after that, Dua sends all three of them along with his right hand. Liu Jiang is not the Liu Jiang of Doraemon. So friends, hence it is absolutely a mistake to consider it funny. Don't even do this, it is very dangerous. Well, then Liu Jiang makes them do 2-4 cross connections so that he comes to know that all three of them are pretending. So Zhuang Rui gives him the map of the treasure and says that in return he needs a day, and at the same time they tell him that he is just a slave of Dawa who works only on his orders, and after thinking a lot, he accepts Jing'an's offer and says that if you guys get Dawa out of the way, if you remove the treasure and find the treasure in the treasure place, then I will release Peng Fei. That is, their deal was sealed. The three then make a plan to free Peng Fei and kill Dua, where Fuyan gets his gun blasted down. Dua's men get distracted and Fuyan tries to run away to save Peng Fei. But the rest of the men catch them, and Peng Fei and Zhuang Rui arrive at the room where he was dancing to kill Dua. He also reaches there and kills Dua as soon as he gets the chance. He also takes both of them captive because he did not trust their treasure map, after which he ties all four of them at one place and kills them. It happens that he stops Fu Yunus for an important matter, and Lady He asks her assistant to release them for Eva, where she comes to know that they have been caught by Dua's men. Eva also tells her mother. She requests that he rescue them from Dawa, to which Lady Hubie agrees, since after all, they all saved her daughter Eva's life, while Liu Jiang talks to Zhuang Rui alone, where Zhuang Rui tells him that she has the golden eye. And to make her believe, he tells her by looking at her injury under the tattoo which was caused by her father beating her. On seeing this, Yahang shouts at her and her. Together they leave for the treasure. Zhuang Rui uses his supernatural powers to reach the cave containing the treasure, and they also find the treasure, while Liu Jiang leaves the other three with his most trusted man, where Fei Fei tells him about Liu Jiang. She provokes him against him and says that he will run away after looting all the treasure and you will not get anything. On hearing this, he sends his second man to get it checked, and he comes to know that Ji has got the treasure, only after which he goes to fight the war. They go out to kill. What's the matter, brother? It is so easy to instigate all of them against each other. Well, then all three of them also go out after them, and while Zhuang Rui checks with her golden eye, she finds a variant script, which Liu Jiang snatches, and after that, as soon as they come out, fighting starts between them and that man. Both the groups start showering bullets and bombs on each other, and Lena takes Zhuang Rui away from there. And that man's group kills Liu Jiang. Just like that, Zhuang Rui goes to Liu Jiang and takes the script. Just then Yibing comes with her men and kills the remaining goons and renders all four of them unconscious with gas. After doing this, she also takes the script from Zhuang Rui, where Zhuang Rui sees her with her eyes. Peng Fei removes her mask and sees her, And in the next scene we see friends that Zhuang Rui and everyone else were sent from Myanmar to China by Lady Ho, where Yeno Fei tells him that someone has stolen the casa and then starts thinking about Zhuang Rui Yibing and realizes that she was using him from the beginning, which makes him feel very sad, while Fei confronts his commissioner. She talks where they tell her that you should continue your mission and we have to collect a lot of evidence against Yibing, and here it is revealed to friends that she had gone on the Myanmar mission only for this reason, while on the other hand, Yibing reads the script which contains the biography of Fang Quan, and also it is written that Fang was born with one golden eye and gained a lot of prosperity through water power, but then at the end he was Peng Fei dead by the eyes. He started suffering from pain and hence he wanted to die, and with this the scripts end, after which Yibang calls someone and asks him to collect all the scripts and valuable things related to Feng Quan, and along with she also asks him to keep an eye on their upcoming exhibition. In the scene, Jia brings food for Zhuang Rui and Fu Yun, where she comes to know that Zhuang Rui has not come out of the house since he came back, and then he tells Yun that tomorrow Panji is coming and we will go to the antique market so that Zhuang Rui can get some of his original work done. Next day all three will visit the antique market. They do it, but Zhuang Rui still remains sad, and as soon as Panj asks the reason for this, he tells that everyone is cheating on each other and hence now he does not want to meet and mingle with people much. On hearing this, Panj understands that he is heartbroken in love. On the other hand, Jaguar comes to Fei and tells him that a few days ago, he had caught some people with a legitimate goods carriage, who had dodged them and ran away, and that today he is going to deal in the night antique market. In the next scene, Fei along with her team catches the dealers who are taking the goods in a vehicle, but then someone drives away that vehicle and the remaining three are caught with the goods. Then Saa gets the goods checked by Professor Meng and Grandfather, where she tells Professor Meng that these things are related to the Empire and she was about to go to search for their graves. Then she realizes that they were stolen from their graves. And seeing the hero sitting sad, he asks Uncle Dao for his reason. He says that I had come here to get information about this work, but when I saw the people here cheating, I feel very bad and I am not going to do this. Why did it come in handy? Where then Uncle explains to Dao that whenever we do any work, we meet both good and bad people in it. It depends on us, how we have to behave with whom, our own people. We cannot turn our back on those whom we like, and problems always happen in the life of every person, and hence we should learn from them and move ahead, and yes, from now onwards you will have to work on hiding your talent. Because people take advantage of such people very quickly, and after saying this they go away from there. E2 understands what they are saying, and after this, Zhuang Rui comes and shows two photos and says that we have just caught some people who are supplying valuable things from Inner Mongolia, where a figure has been found on the statue and we need to know about it, for which I am going with Professor Man to search the tombs, where you will also have to walk. Hearing this, I cried too. In the next scene, we see everyone on the side of the tombs in Inner Mongolia, where the county chief tells Professor Men that there is no one here who knows much Chinese language who can guide you in the area, but only one man. He also refuses to go and then goes to meet the man whose name is Baga along with Jiang Wa County Chief. Baga tells them that the source of life of all of us in the local area is this grassland which is called. You people want to dig to check the graves, and the government is also not paying any attention to this ground, and if you people lose the graves then there will be pits here which will get filled with rainwater, which I do not want at all. So the young man is trying to explain to him. He assures that his team will work it well with the machine so that they will not suffer any loss here. Only after which the team along with Bagajan comes to the base and checks the machine and stuff, but does not say yes for help. Whereas on the other hand, on the other side, the dance of the people of Inner Mongolia is shown, where Baga tells the soldier that if you want my help then you will have to prove how powerful you are, and challenges him for Respeng Fei, where the first person runs and fights, in which the rule is that whoever falls down first will lose. In the first match, the battle is lost, seeing which Fei challenges the tiger. Yes, the brother of the tiger comes and refuses that if we do not fight with the girls, then Fei he agrees with her words because she impresses him well. As soon as there is a fight between the two, she knocks down his brother twice, and after seeing this, even Baga gets impressed that the girl has. Zhuang Rui gets very jealous after hearing how powerful he is, and he even proposes Fei for marriage. He challenges Baga for a fight, where Baga puts a condition that if you win, I will take over the entire area. I will help you by becoming a guide, but if I win, then you all will leave quietly from here. After accepting the condition, a fight starts between the two, where Zhuang Rui with his golden eye sees Baga's movements and the injury on his leg, and immediately taking advantage of this, he defeats Zhuang Rui Baga in a fight, and Baga agrees to help him and friends. Here he shows his supernatural power was also used very well. After which Zhuang Rui goes to talk to Bogut, and he tells that the government had planted trees to make it green, but even then there is an area here which does not have plants. Zhuang Rui also understands that the grave will be there, and he quickly comes and tells Professor Meng while Yi Bing's assistant gives all the news of Inner Mongolia to Yi Bing and tells Yi Bing to kill everyone except Zhuang Rui. Here everyone is digging for a grave, and after going into the cave they find the grave. But as soon as they reach the cave, Zhuang Rui's health suddenly deteriorates. Fei then quickly brings her outside where the doctor treats her. After giving her a sleeping injection, Fei is asked to bring some medicine from the city. Fei leaves to get the medicine, and on the other hand, Yi Bang's assistant was keeping an eye on her with a sniper, and he runs away and sees Fei on the way. Yi Bing's people surround him, but Bagara saves him because Brother AP had fallen in love with his Baga. After which Fei takes his horse and goes to get medicine, and after bringing the medicine, she also gives it to the doctor. Then she thanks the tiger for its help, and on the other side, we see Professor Ming's team, who finds a chessboard instead of the body in the grave, which surprises everyone. They wonder how this could happen when Peng Fei, hearing their words, sends everyone out except Professor Meng and says that just now I was attacked. That is, there's something here which is very valuable, and all of them only after that. Yahang tells grandfather about that grave at night, and grandfather says that this could be a sign of something. That is, brother, the real grave could be below, right or left, or somewhere nearby, and the war is theirs. He understands the matter and asks to tell the professor, and in the next stage he tells the grandfather's story to the professor, where the professor asks his team to check, and Zhuang Rui was also fine now, and he went to the professor, where she shows him a map of a cave beneath the tomb that was shaped like an eye, and everyone gets ready to leave, where Professor Meng forbids Zhuang Rui from going in case he gets sick again. But Zhuang Rui was not going to stop there. He goes with them, where at one place the cave gets closed, and then Zhuang Rui with his supernatural power presses a button and opens the gate, on which there was a chase port. Actually there was a hint, and Zhuang Rui puts that chessboard piece on that big chessboard and tells everyone that to open this gate we have to solve it in a short time, and then with his supernatural power Zhuang Rui he solves this game and the gate opens, and then he imagines that there is a chicken inside him and it looks exactly like me, and within a short time he regains consciousness. After checking things here and there, they reach near the grave, where they again find old things kept in the grave. Everyone became very fond of it, and after that they come back, and on the other hand, Zhuang Rui makes a video call to Fu Yun and tells about his well-being. And then Zhuang Rui again goes alone to the cave, where he sees Fan Con sitting on the grave, as he asks Zhuang Rui a question that I want to know about the golden eye, and also why there is so much space for the pauper in your grave. Why are there all the precious things? Then Fan Quan turns his eyes red and says that you and friends want to know about these golden eyes. Then at the same time, Ayu's eyes open. That is, it was a dream of his, after which he fell asleep. Fei asks for all the files related to the grave, and she also calls Professor Meng for the files, and as soon as the professor goes to the room to get the files, someone attacks her, and hearing his voice, Fei and cries quickly there. But come next morning, the camera shows this piece to Pei, and then the professor comes to his senses and realizes that he had seen a flashlight in the room and the lock of the room was broken. When I went to check, no one told me. He walks away crying and then says that the traitor is none other than the professor's assistant, who had taken money from Y Wing's assistant in exchange for the file, and here we also see him talking to Y Wing's assistant. Friends, after investigating, Zhuang Rui also finds the broken camera. He is about to leave when the assistant comes and requests Zhuang Rui that I have done everything out of greed for money, and that is why you should not tell the professor but tell Zhuang Rui to go. Fi Peng Fei that there is no use in it now. The assistant moves forward to kill Zhuang Rui out of anger. But then Yi Win's assistant shoots him and runs away, where the bullet hits his hand, and then Zhuang Rui runs away from the professor. Asks that we have found different graves and what it could mean. The professor says that I will stay here and investigate further. Lai says that I am going back with Fei and I have some work. Next, Fei and Zhuang Rui say goodbye to everyone and leave from there, and after that both Zhuang Rui and Fei come home. Here Yi is very happy to see both of them. In the next scene, Fei gets to know the boss of the supplier of Inner Mongolia. But when she reaches to catch him, someone else has already killed the boss. In the next scene, she is trying to find out something by looking at the evidence, when Yahang asks her to come and leave because today is her birthday. In the next scene, Fei goes to Zhuang Rui's house, where everyone celebrates her birthday very well, and after that Zhuang Rui tells grandfather about what is happening to him, and grandfather asks him to see a good doctor. Then he sees a message on his phone and quickly goes outside, where they see that he is going somewhere with Young. Ji also sees him leaving and quickly tells Fei that we see Yi Bang and Zhuang Rui talking. Let's see where Yi Bang apologizes for her mistake and asks to help Zhuang Rui in his business, but Zhuang Rui refuses her, saying that I always help my friends and not the cheaters, and that's why I give her the golden eye. She lures him with all the information and also says that she knows a lot about him, and if he wants to know about him then she can help him, and also gives him a ticket to Sub's flat and goes away from Golden Eye. Lee accepts Zhuang Rui's offer, and the next day both of them are shown in Greece, where Yi Bang is telling Fei Zhuang Rui that all he has to do is that the price of the jade stone we bought has increased in today's exhibition to get more money. While shopping, Fei and Liu Jia are on shopping, where Fei leaves her alone, saying that she has to go to Greece in connection with the case. And on the other hand, friends, we meet a new character of this drama whose name is Mr. Nunga, who has the assistant learns of Zhuang Rui's arrival. And while Fei meets grandfather and Jahan's brother in Greece and asks about Zhuang Rui, who tells her that it is revealed that he is with Toy Bing. In the next scene, we see everyone at the exhibition, where Zhuang Rui raises the bid for the studded stone from 6 million to 16 million, and a man buys it for 16 million, after which when Wing tells her dad about this, it turns out that Uncle Qin just wants to use Zhuang Rui for his own business. After which Mr. Noga comes and introduces himself to Zhuang Rui that he is the owner of Noga Stock Company, and they go away tell Peng Fei him that our relationship is very old and we will meet again. After which we see Mr. Nunga and grandfather talking, where it is revealed that Mr. Nunga's father and grandfather were very good friends, and when they were searching for the grave, when they were about to go, Zhuang Rui's grandfather had gone in his place. While Yi Bing talks to Fei and asks Zhuang Rui to meet some people, but he refuses her and leaves, and then messages Zhuang Rui, and Fei goes to the hotel room. She calls me saying that she is in trouble. When Peng Fei reaches the room, she sees that Zhuang Rui had planned a birthday surprise for her because last night he had gone with Yi Wing, and then she gives Peng Fei's but very well. They celebrate, and Fei also becomes very happy as she was with Zhuang Rui while giving the second part of the next morning or bang Zhuang Rui's manuscript, saying that Fan Quan's life was good in the beginning, but as time went on the other hand, he gets worse, and she walks away saying that you should not know too much about him. While on the other hand, from Uncle Qin and Yi Bing's talk, it becomes clear that Yi Bing was now going to keep an eye on Zhuang Rui as soon as Zhuang Rui started writing the script. He tries to study when his grandfather calls him and asks him to meet, saying, "I have come to know something about your grandfather." And when Zhuang Rui reaches there, they are telling Fei him about his grandfather, and then someone messages him. He calls to meet, and the grandfather leaves, asking him to wait for 10 minutes. And after some time we see that the grandfather has died, i.e. someone had killed him. Zhuang Rui becomes very fond of his phone and mobile everything. He does some checking and finds out that Mr. Nugga had called him to meet. Then Fei tells Zhuang Rui that when there was a robbery at your shop, the locket was broken and it was in the name of Mr. Nugga. Question. It arises that then why would he message again? And then Mr. Nugga takes a quick eye call and goes back to Ukraine, and the grandson is very sad due to the grandfather's death. Zhuang Rui then consoles him and says that we will take care of the grandfather. They will definitely find out the murderer. As soon as Yi Bing Koss's assistant gets the news of grandfather's death, she asks him to keep an eye on Zhuang Rui and find out the grandfather's murderer, and only after that Zhuang Rui tells the grandson that your grandfather was going to tell something about my grandfather, that he had gone to search for the grave, but as soon as he got a message he left from there. And after hearing this, the grandson then gives him a letter which tells about Roy's grandfather had written to his grandfather, in which it was written that during the search we have found many ancient things on which the shape of an eye was made, and during the excavation there was also a blast in which the health of Mr. Nogga's father became very bad. And he started doing strange things. He started having a lot of headache and his 5 senses stopped working, due to which he became Peng Fei, and after that he attacked his companions and wrote in the end here Zhuang Rui guesses that Mr. Nogga's father must have killed my grandfather, about which the grandfather must have come to know, and that is why Mr. Nogga went to the market. Zhuang Rui is thinking in the next scene that the same thing that happened with Mr. Nogga's father is happening with me, and saying this he has dinner with everyone and thanks everyone for coming into his life. He becomes very sad and eats and hence drinks wine. He drinks all 4 glasses himself and then takes her to Peng Fei's room, and after that Fu Yun reads Zhuang Rui's diary, and after reading the manuscript, he understands that Zhuang Rui has the power of Golden Eye. He asks Zhuang Rui about it. What was missing in our friendship that you hid this from me and did not tell me anything? Then Zhuang Rui says that it is true that I have the power of the Golden Eye, but I will gradually lose everything. And today I have lost my sense of taste, and perhaps I may live only for 2-3 years or die before that. And after hearing all this I say that I will not let this happen. We will get you treated in Peng Fei, and Fei also hear this. Next day, as Zhuang Rui is about to close her shop and leave, Young comes and tells her about Mr. Nogga and leaves, that he is still in Ukraine. And in the next scene, we see everyone in Ukraine, where Face tells everyone about Victor, that his family has a museum that has been running for 100 years, which keeps valuable things of all the rich families of Ukraine, where Mr. Nogga's things are also kept. And recently Victor is organizing a party on the completion of 100 years of his museum, where Mr. Nogga will definitely come in the next scene as Zhuang Rui China's Amir and Fei as his fiancée and Yu's assistant. At Victor's party, They reach the museum by changing their disguises where Victor is welcoming all his guests, after which all three of them start looking at ancient things where Zhuang Rui starts tell Peng Fei the specialty of one thing which attracts Victor. He comes and meets Zhuang Rui where he again introduces Eunice, and suddenly a man starts making noise after seeing the painting that it is fake and I had seen it in another museum also, where Victor tells him all the values of the painting and says that I have ordered this for today from another museum, and on hearing this the man calms down. Only after which he again demands to check his two purchased paintings from Victor, and for that Victor also agreed in the painting. Fei checks it and tells that the painting seems fine to him, and then checks it with Cotton and says that both these paintings are fake, and on hearing this, the man takes his painting and silently leaves from there, and it is there that Fei notices that someone is clicking photos there, and that man goes and gives his painting to the same man. Victor here gets impressed by Zhuang Rui and calls her to his office for tea, and while giving her a very ancient watch, Zhuang Rui says why to. Asks him to tell about Mr. Noga instead of the watch, but Victor flatly refuses, saying that he cannot tell everyone about his friends and asks them to leave as soon as they leave. So Victor tells Mr. Na about Zhuang Rui, after which all three of them go for lunch where they join a boys group having a beer party and start drinking, and after some time Fei tells Zhuang Rui about GoldenEye. She tries to find out, but Zhuang Rui keeps talking nonsense to Drang and gets upset with him. Well, the next day all three come to the museum and demand to see the ruby diamond from Victor, where Victor tells them. They say that we have not put it in the museum, and then they tell all three that we know that it has been stolen, and on hearing this, Victor takes them back to his office and also tells them that a month ago it was stolen, because of which we have not put it in the museum, and He Yang puts a deal in front of Victor that if we find the ruby diamond without tell Peng Fei people, will you give us all the information we need, and Victor will think a little. After that, she accepts their deal and takes them to the place where the ruby diamond was kept, and also says that they had left a flower in place of the ruby diamond, and then checks the whole place carefully and says it is said that yesterday a man came here to create a ruckus, and we will also have to create a ruckus, after which Victor and Zhuang Rui start a fake fight where the man starts taking photos of them, and then seeing Fei near him, he leaves from there. Fei runs away and chases him, where then they go to a place where many men surround Fei, and after that they all cry and tie up Fei and Fu Yun and take them to a place where a lady asks them if she wants to marry them. Zhuang Rui says why are they following the man, because we were suspicious of him, and on hearing this the lady tells them that she will not give the ruby diamond to the vicar until he comes here, and saying this she sends all three of them into the room. As soon as she gets the chance, Fei first opens her hands and then everyone's hands and apologizes that he should not have followed her. Hearing this, Zhuang Rui apologizes to her and says that everything has happened because of me. During the robbery, a piece of jade eye entered my eye, so I got the power of GoldenEye, but it also has many side effects for which I don't know the cure yet, but I can see everything with my eye, and I have made a painting here. They saw in which ruby diamond was hidden, only after which all three of them left from there. They run away and catch the cameraman in between and ask him why he is going to meet Lady Victor, and after that he comes to know that Victor is the ex-husband of that lady, and after that all three of them remove the painting and see where, but with her supernatural powers, Zhuang Rui has to open that lock and take out the ruby diamond, and guys, literally this scene was very funny. Then the lady comes and tells that her name is a Peng Fei and she has divorced Victor because he is busy in his work. He had become very busy, and even when I had organized a candlelight dinner for him on our 3rd anniversary, he had forgotten it. Until date he has not even apologized to me for this, and I divorced him until he does not apologize to me. I will not give this diamond, and on hearing this, Zhuang Rui says that Victor will definitely apologize to you tomorrow, and for that you will have to leave us, and on hearing this, a Peng Fei asks Fei to stop, to which Fei also agrees. In the next scene, Zhuang Rui and Yang go and talk to Victor to apologize to him, but he clearly denies that he has any self-respect, while on the other hand, while showing Bang Mong in the museum, she says that Mr. Noga the diamond was kept here which you have to loot, and next day a Peng Fei comes to meet Victor, where Victor apologizes to her and finally proposes her again, and a Peng Fei also accepts him and returns the diamond. What happened, brother? Poor Zhuang Rui and her friends get trapped in the affair of husband and wife. Well, then Zhuang Rui reminds Victor of his deal, and Victor takes all three of them to a room where Fei senses that someone is coming from behind. It turns out, and it was none other than my friends. It was Mang, who reaches the CCTV room and kills the security guard there and checks the camera, and while Victor shows everyone a black eye, and with his supernatural power there is a black color inside him. He sees something and then a bomb explodes, due to which everyone becomes unconscious. Yi Bing and Mang try to steal the jade eye and run away, but Fei gets up and fights with them fiercely, and then Yi Bang runs away from there when she gets the chance. He and Zhuang Rui also go after him, but Mang and Yi Bing had fled from there. A Peng Fei also reaches there, with whose car they take. They then chase Yibing, but on the way they meet Mr. Nunga and grandfather from Zhuang Ruin. When he asks the reason for kill Peng Fei Mango, Mr. Nunga says that I have not killed him. We have to catch Yibing first, he is more important. Everyone together then surrounds Yibing's car, where Mango shows a bomb on his body. Hui threatens to blow everyone up and drives away Yi-Wing. Mr. Noga's assistant shoots Mang in the hand, causing Mr. Noga's men to catch her and take her away, but Mang runs away, kill Peng Fei them on the way. On the other hand, friends see Zhuang Rui and Mr. Noga talking, where from their talks it is known that the grandfather had called Mr. Noga by message to meet him, but before he could reach, the grandfather was killed and they had gone because they had to protect the Jedi. As soon as Zhuang Rui sees them giving the photo to the archaeological team, she again suspects Mr. Noga's father of her grandfather's death, which Mr. Noga does not believe. They say that this is wrong when my father came back and he was running away from someone to save his life, and that is why I think he must have been running away from your grandfather who was after him. Why would it happen? Then he tells that perhaps he wanted the power of the golden eye which you have today, and then tells him the story of the past and says that when I was born, my father had got a golden bucket so that he became very rich, but with time his health started deteriorating and gradually he lost all his senses. Where I came to know that he got the power of the golden eye from Kansu, and hence I thought that he was your grandfather. They were running away from where their friends concluded that the Qin family could be 100% involved in all this because they know a lot about the golden eye, and they also tried to steal the jade eye. Just then Victor reaches there and tells Zhuang Rui that whatever black-colored thing he saw in the jade eye is actually black dawn, which spreads radiation when it comes in contact with air, and through that, a person can become golden. One gets the power of eye, but due to this the human body gradually starts deteriorating, which has no cure till now. And after that Mr. Nag gives some documents and says that all this research was done by my father, in which he has mentioned about a Buddhist temple which is in the caves of Gansu, and I have set out to find it. Tried many times, but I could not find it, and hence now you should go in search of it. Who knows, you may find some cure for golden eye, and I will help you completely in this. After Zhuang Rui's departure, Mr. Noga and his assistant from the conversation, it is revealed that with the help of Mr. Noga and Zhuang Rui, they wanted to become rich by knowing about the golden eye. That is, they also had a conspiracy. Well, then when Zhuang Rui tells this to Fei and Yang, Fei tells him that Mr. Noga, she tells him not to trust KO because he could do anything. Next day Fei along with a Peng Fei catches Mac, where when Fei asks him he does not tell her anything related to the theft, but from his words it is clear that it turns out that Yi Bing is Uncle Qin's adopted daughter. While on the other hand, Yi Bing tells Uncle Qin about the conversation between Zhuang Rui and Mr. Noga, and that Zhuang Rui has gone to Gan's University to learn about the golden eye. And at the same time she tells Rai that this Bang is adopted. That is, she is doing everything only on his advice, so Uncle Kinka has no hand in your grandfather's death. Rai says that this cannot be possible because at that time he were very young, but I have to find out how he knows so much about the golden eye, and so I'm going to search the caves of Ganzhou. In the next scene everyone arrives at Ganzhou, where Peng Fei tells everyone about his friend Zhang. He is introduced to a person who knew every area of Gansu very well, and Peng Fei asks him about the caves, but he refuses, saying that brother, there is nothing like this here. And then Peng Fei asks him to show him the area. He asks for a guide, and then Zhang's son Lai comes and says that he can become their guide, but Zhang scolds him and sends him inside, saying that you don't know all this. There was something that they were hiding. Well then noon Peng Fei in the scene. It would be great if we could find the treasure along with the golden eye in the cave. And on hearing this, Lai sets out alone in the storm to search the caves. Next day, Jack is searching for his son, but he doesn't find it. So everyone else helps him, and after some time they find Alai, and after this, Jank thanks everyone that they have saved Alai's life. In return, Peng Fei tells him about many caves. When he asks, Zhang here tells him that 24 years ago I had seen a night when the moon was looking much bigger than usual, and then I had seen a cave inside which there were many paintings and Buddhist statues kept there. When I touched the idol, the cave started shaking and I ran away from there in fear, and the cave got buried inside the soil. This scene was very dangerous. It has not been seen till date in the last 24 years. Zhuang Rui also understands that she appears once in 24 years, and then he also shows them the map of that place, after which Zhuang Rui does research about the supermoon when Uncle De calls him and tells him that the Superman man, those people are searching for him. He is sometimes seen in the desert, and that too when there is a cyclone in the sea, and here Zhuang Rui understands from his words. The next day everyone is again talking about truce on Mr. Noga. Then he cries and says that he has found the supermoon after a week. In the next scene, Fu Yun starts walking with Peng Fei in the market of Gansu, where he buys her a very ancient porcelain note from a small merchant. Fei An convinces Peng Fei that he should not buy these things without Zhuang Rui, but he does not listen to her, and then the Gansu police catch him in the act of buying and sell Peng Fei fake things when Fei and Zhuang Rui go to get rid of him. Then they come to know from the officer that that businessman sells such things, and that is why today we have caught him, and Yang was also caught due to suspicion, after which Zhuang Rui sees that out with his power and returns it to them. He tells that the thing has been made in such a way that anyone would consider it to be real, and the maker has written his name inside it, which I can't understand. Then Fei tells him that how can it be related to the golden eye, which only he can see his name. To find out about all this, they all come to the black market from where that suit was bought, and after that all three of them leave Lin and start roaming in the market where they find that camel. Looks and about I try to find out, but the man sell Peng Fei, it chases him away from there, and when the man is about to close his shop and leave, all three of them chase him, but he surrounds all three of them with his men where but Zhuang Rui breaks his camel and takes out the name of the maker from it to prove that it is fake, and then Lane reaches there with the police, while on the other hand Wai Wing, who is chasing the three of them, witnesses the entire incident. Next day, everyone goes to meet the mafia boss of the area, i.e. Li, who used to make and sell fake things, saying that he is from Tang Raj dynasty, where then Zhuang Rui meets Bazli. He says that my father's last wish was that I should collect ancient things, and hence I want you to give me all the ancient things, but brother boss Li flatly refuses, so Peng Fei lures him with money so that then he agrees, and while leaving from there, Zhuang Rui starts having dangerous pain in her eyes. So she sells the house with Peng Fei and herself chases boss Li with Fu Yun. But on the way, she exchanges heels. Boss Li gets lost somewhere, and after that both of them stop at a restaurant where he learns from the owner that as if this place is deserted. It was not like this before, and a businessman had a very big factory here, but since it has been sold, everything has gone bad, and even today there are screaming sounds at night from this factory, and that is why no one comes out of here at night due to fear. On the other hand, Bazli sells his factory to a Japanese businessman, and in the next scene, Fei and Yang tell everything to Aga Zhuang Rui, and Zhuang Rui decides to go to the factory. Next day, then all four people come to the factory, and after kill Peng Fei the bodyguards there, they reach inside and see Prachik and Jaisa there. There were a lot of idols, and then they meet Mr. Fang there, who was the owner of this factory and was a maker of idols. He also tells them his story that I was in debt to Bazli, to repay which I mortgaged my factory to him. I kept it so that I can repay his loan and get back my factory, and that is why I was working here, but he has cheated me and now he wants to sell this factory itself, and hence I will report him to the police. Hearing all this, Zhuang Rui asks him to help him, and on the other hand, one of Bazli's men informs them about their presence in the factory. Bazli comes with his men and attacks Zhuang Rui and starts capturing them all while leaving. He sets the factory on fire, which causes Mr. Fan to free himself in anger and hurt his hand. And then Fei and Peng Fei give a good beating to the goons, with one of the men about to beat up Zhuang Rui. But then Bing Dakura rescues her, but for he catches her just as the police arrive, and taking the opportunity, Yi Bing frees herself and runs away from Pa, as she also grabs a fake ring from its pocket which Zhuang Rui had found. It was given to her as a gift. When she comes to her hotel and checks, she does not find it there, and hence she comes back and searches for that cricket, but she does not find it even outside the factory. Next day, Zhuang Rui calls Mr. Noga and informs him about going out to search the caves. Then the very next day, Mr. Noga sends his assistant Jima and his team to help Zhuang Rui. Everyone goes out to find a cave where after walking for a few days, their water also ran out, and after finding a place they drink water, where we hear Yi Bing's assistant talking to the guys that she has mixed anesthetic in the water so that everyone becomes unconscious. And Bin's assistant along with his team goes ahead in the direction of the caves. After arriving, Ayu checks that there was something wrong in the water, and after that the assistant reaches the cave with his team and takes some of his men out. He leaves and enters the cave, after which Zhuang Rui's team also reaches there, in which half of the team keeps watch outside and takes Roddy inside, where as soon as the door of the cave is opened, the assistants surround Zhuang Rui and point guns at him. He says that we will follow you, but on the way, Jima blasts a bomb, due to which the assistants team goes in the other direction, and the rest of the team reaches the main hall. Then Zhuang Rui asks Fu Yun and Peng Fei to move the Buddha statue. When he speaks, a basement opens in which Zhuang Rui finds a map. But while coming out from there, the assistant snatches the map from Zhuang Rui and leaves after tying him there. After some time, the rest of the team comes and saves him because he is trapped in the cave mud. The collapse had started, and literally guys, this scene was looking very dangerous. Well then, next day Zhuang Rui tries to make the map again with the power of her golden eye, and while Jima gives all the details to Mr. Noga, the information is mapped. Despite this, he still has no idea where Fang Kong's grave could be, and so the assistant gives him the idea that they should keep an eye on Zhuang Rui, as he will be able to find the grave even without a map, as he has, well, there is so much power. Then after that, Mr. and Fang together give a thing to Zhuang Rui, which when Zhuang Rui sees with his golden eye, he becomes very happy that it is Fang Kuan's thing, from which friends come to know. Where is the grave, and also that Mr. Fank is a descendant of Kuan, and hence he gives the thing to Zhuang Rui and leaves because he wants to give it only to the person with the golden eye power from his ancestor. Zhuang Rui then comes and tells everyone that he has to find the grave. The hideout is found, and the next day everyone leaves for that place, where Bang's men also start chasing them, and after reaching a place everyone is resting when suddenly the assistant tells Bang that we should cry. Young must be killed, otherwise he will reach the grave, but Yi Wing forbids him, saying that we cannot do this because only Zhuang Rui will take us there, and upon hearing this, the assistant gives Young something mixed in his tea so that his health becomes very bad, and then he orders his men to kill Zhuang Rui, that is, friends. Here his assistant turns out to be a traitor, only after which his men shoot arrows at them, where it is revealed that they are so there was Zima and his team, and the real people had gone in the other direction, and Zhuang Rui's team reaches the tomb where they have to solve the puzzle to go inside. Zhuang Rui solves the puzzle and starts going inside when then this Bang, after kill Peng Fei her guards. She comes to them and gives them a warning and asks them to run away from there to save their lives. But brother, no one here trusts her. Then Jima comes and tells them so that everyone joins their team and moves ahead. In the next scene, everyone enters the cave where they find evidence of the archaeology team's presence and also find the skeleton of a man, and after that everyone reaches a place from where they can proceed further. There were 8 paths. Zhuang Rui then tries to reach the grave with his supernatural powers, but here he realizes that his golden barber is not working, so he again decides to move ahead using his brain. And at the same time someone starts doing calculations, and the result is the assistant comes out of the cave with his men and blasts the gate of the cave with a bomb, due to which stones start fall Peng Fei in the cave, and seeing the bomb blast, everyone goes on the path shown by Zhuang Rui, but then Young goes to another path to distract the assistant, and suddenly stones start fall Peng Fei there, due to which Young and the assistant get buried there, but the assistant is saved and everyone goes through that path inside a hole where, but before leaving, Zhuang Rui sees a van tell Peng Fei him that I thought that you would understand the truth of life by using the power, but you did not understand, and after hearing this, Zhuang Rui also enters inside where he finds a grave. And everyone else starts looking for Zhuang Rui's grandfather's skeleton there, but they find Fan Kuan's skeleton there, and from the words written on his grave, it turns out that Fan Kuan did not die from the side effects of the Golden Barber's power but had lived 102 years where friends. It is shown in a flashback where Fan Kuan was fighting on behalf of his country, and during the war, all the people there were killed due to Foul Peng Fei of Mitre, but Fan Kuan was alive and he was struck by lightning from the sky. He falls, due to which he becomes unconscious, where he got the golden power due to the combination of matter and lightning, due to which he becomes very prosperous and happy in his future life, but after some time his health started deteriorating, and no one is able to find a cure for it. A scene is shot in prison where Zhuang Rui tells that he got the powers of the golden eye after a piece of Jedi stone made by Mentor got stuck in his eye and got a slight shock. But the Fan Kuan must have found the cure for his disease, and hence he lived for 102 years, but the thing to think about is why there is no information about it. After which they all come out of the cave through a hole, and Mr. Noga talks to Zhuang Rui and tells that his father had gone to a barren village, and there he had built a memorial for all his comrades. You should definitely go there. Maybe you will find something there, and Zhuang Rui is fine after hearing this. Speaking requests them to sell some of their men and get Iwin's dead body removed. On hearing this, Mr. Nunga also says yes. Jima also says bye to him and starts leaving. Then Lin stops her here and gives her one of his lockets, and we come to know that he had started liking her a lot. Well then after that Zhuang Rui sits at one place and starts thinking about Yi Wing and is hoping that her second birth will be even better, and on the other hand, Uncle Qin also gets the news of Yi Bing's death and he is thinking about her. In the next scene, everyone comes to the village where Zhuang Rui, after seeing the monument, digs a pit to bury the remaining things of the archaeological team. Where friends, he finds his grandfather's diary, and Zhuang Rui reads this diary, and a flashback starts from where it is revealed that Zhuang Rui's grandfather Zhong and Mr. Nunga's father Ai Kim both were the heads of the archaeological team. And they also found 4 ingot eyes along with the pauper in Fang Kuan's grave. When as soon as Kim started the generator to light the place, it exploded and a piece of the ingot hit Kim's eyes, so that they get the power of the golden eye, and only 3 people are left in that blast. Kim Sejuong takes both of them out and brings them to the same village where Kim uses his golden eye for the first time along with his friends. Whatever happened there, Jahan had noted down everything in his diary, and then one day Se gets greedy and tries to kill Kim because he wanted the power of the golden eye, and Juong stops him from doing so. And they run away with Kim and then go to a place and hide. He asks Kim to run away and he himself takes Sue to the other side. A shoot takes place and is shown in the present where it is revealed to friends that Hisu was 20 years old at the time, and apart from Kim and the young man, he was the third person who knew about the power of the golden eye, and there were 4 golden eyes. which means that Kim got power from one and Zhuang Rui got power from one and another one. Mr. Noga has it, which clearly means that the fourth route came and Su has to be found next day. Then Zhuang Rui goes out of the gate of the cave remembering giving and saying that I became greedy in the golden aga power and he just wanted to become rich by using it everywhere. But Fan Quan stopped using it to eliminate the side effects of golden eye and then he lived a long life. Because he wanted to tell that we can live life even without the power of the golden eye, and that too in a very happy manner, after which he tells everyone that from now on he will spend his life without using the golden eye, and that is where we let see friends. This being was still alive. That is brother. Everyone was crying about her pain and everything went in vain because brother, she turned out to be alive. Mr. Noga gets her admitted in the hospital, and when Evan gets sick, so she requests Mr. Nag not to tell Zhuang Rui that he is alive because he has never supported her and has always caused problems, while Zhuang tells that he was part of the archaeological team at the time. He was not, and Mr. Noga comes to meet Zhuang Rui, where Zhuang Rui gives him Jahan's diary when Fei calls him and tells him that Su was not a part of the team. On hearing this, Zhuang Rui tells Mr. Noga and asks, then how did he come there, where Mr. Noga asks him to be patient, but Zhuang Rui says no, I don't have that much time because of golden eye my health is getting worse day by day and also my friends. Zhuang Rui has also had to face a lot, and Fei Ganser gives all the information about the golden eye case to the commissioner, where the commissioner gives her a week's time and asks her to solve this case. In the next scene, Zhuang Rui sees that Yun is studying to reduce its side effects and he leaves telling Fei her that she should leave all this and spend time with Jia, and after that Zhuang Rui meets Uncle Der and gives him all the details, and along with him he shows them the photo of the archaeological team and says that I have to find out about Su, where Uncle De gives her the idea that who knows, Su may be a local of Gansu and the team has hired him as a guide, so that Zhuang Rui can understand his point. On the other hand, Mr. Noga had come again to meet Heaving and also brought a new identity of Japan for him, that from now on you will have nothing to do with the Qin family, and here Yi Bin feels very bad. That's when Mr. Noga gives her some photos, seeing which Yi Bing remembers her childhood, that the jewelry design was made by her father, and then friends see the scene from the past where Yi Bing's father and Uncle Qin are very good friends. But then one day both of them had gone to meet some investor where Yi Wing sees that someone has shot Uncle Qin, and after some time they take out her father's dead body. She starts crying a lot, and she always felt that Uncle Qin had saved her father's life, and after that he adopted her and raised her. So Uncle Qin is a very good person, but then Mr. Nagao tells her the reality, that whatever she was thinking, yes, that was not true till now, because brother, the business that Uncle Qin is running today was your father's, which he had taken away by Kill Peng Fei him, and that is why I want you to find your father's murderer, and I will give you all your support in this. I will help. Well, then in the next scene, she goes to Gansu to find out about Fei Su, where she gets to know about him from a man, and after coming, she cries and tells Mr. Noga that Su is there with her mother and stepfather. He lived with him, but he did not get along with his father at all, and that is why he goes out on his own to the reggae places of Gansu, and since childhood, he had all the information about that place, and when he met the archaeological team, he became their guide, after which he joined the Jadestone factory. After that no information was found about him, and on the other hand, Yi Bang gets ready and leaves the hospital, and after meeting the same bodyguard, who was with him at that time, who tells him that the entire plan to kill your father was made in collaboration with your uncle's other investor, and to cover up his mistake, he had adopted you. Hebe gets very angry with the uncle, and she goes to his house to search all the people, and then she finds a photo which was of her and her father. She takes it out and sees that there is no trace of the photo. There is a message behind, and she writes it in pencil and reads it, in which he tells her to stay away from Uncle Qin and Su, that they are very dangerous people. In the next scene, Zhong brings 2 photos to Fei and shows them to Uncle Fei. He goes to interrogate him because 25 years ago, when Jut Company had inaugurated its new branch, Uncle Qin had gone there as the chief guest, and what's more, she also got the photo clicked along with her. She asks Uncle Qin about Su, but Uncle Qin refuses to recognize her and says that this is a long time ago, I don't even remember her, and after hearing this, Fei goes away tell Peng Fei him, if you remember anything, please do let me know. After F leaves, Uncle tells all about Kinsu and calls him to meet him to plan to kill Zhuang Rui, and Yi Bing also listens to his entire conversation through the recorder. Hey friends, after which Yi Bang sees that Zima is keeping an eye on them at the request of Mr. Noga, and He Yi Wing tells him that he has helped me a lot and I am very thankful to him for that, but from now on I will take care of myself. Lunjai leaves from there tell Peng Fei that you don't need to worry about me, that Uncle is planning to kill Qin Zhuang Rui and is going to meet Atsu, while on the other hand, Fu Yun has come to meet a doctor for Zhuang Rui's illness. Just then she sees Fei with a man, where Liu Jia tells her that they were together in the training camp and is now her senior. The same senior tells Fei that Su has worked in the company for 5 years. after which he himself resigned, after which one day he died in a car accident and there is his death certificate in it. Then Zhuang Rui and Yun come there where Fa holds the senior's hand to burn Zhuang Rui. Due to which Zhuang Rui comes out, which means that something or the other was definitely cooking between the two. Well, then seeing this, Phoebe comes behind him and tells him that Su has already died, and after hearing this, Zhuang Rui she becomes very interested when Mr. Noga calls her. In the next scene, she reaches the hotel to change her dress, where Uncle is talking to Kinsu that now they will have to remove Zhuang Rui from their way soon, and after the drought, Yi Wing attacks Uncle Kin with a knife but his bodyguards catch her, and here Uncle Kin becomes happy to see Bang alive and tells her that I did not raise you for this, my dear child. Later, on the way, Uncle Kin is stopped by Zhuang Rui and Mr. Nuga and asks where Yi Bing is. So they also check his car where they do not find Yi Bing and they let him go. Only then Zima tells Mr. Nag about Yi Bing. Fabi reports that Bing has been found in Jima and Lian Jagger save Yi Bing from Uncle Kin's bodyguard when Mr. Noga and Zhuang Rui also arrive there and bring her to Zhuang Rui's house. Phoebe cries there. Yi Bang asks him to help her capture Uncle King and also tells him that Su is still alive, and upon hearing this, Fei Fei leaves to talk to the commissioner where Zhuang Rui tells him to leave when the prisoners attack them, in which Fei gets injured while trying to save Zhuang Rui, and Zhuang Rui quickly takes her to the hospital. Next, everyone is with Fei in the hospital, where Zhuang Rui tells Mr. Noga that we need to get Uncle first. Kin should give Jade Eye and ask for all the information about Su so that we can find out where grandfather is, but Mr. Noga refuses him here and leaves, and Ewing still refuses to accompany him, where Fuyin then says that no matter who is with you, I am always with you, and after that Lin starts keeping an eye on the car, and while Mr. Noga asks Jima to send her to Ukraine because he knew that Zhuang Rui will definitely try to impersonate her. And after some time, Lane also steals the Jedi from that car. Next day, Zhuang Rui reaches Uncle Kin to make a deal of Jedi and makes his offer to tell about Su, but then Uncle Kin refuses to tell him. They refuse because Su was too special to them, and Jima and Yi Bing arrive at Uncle Kin's house to find a pen drive containing some important reports of his company, and they both turn off all the CCTVs in the house and leave. And they reach a restaurant where after entering the password, both of them go inside and start looking at the stuff, but there is a secret camera there due to which Uncle Kin comes to know about them, and he tells Zhuang Rui about that camera. They tell him and take him captive, while they go to Uncle's basement to check the pen drive, where Y-Wing puts a knife to his neck and takes the pen drive and brings him out from there, when the assistant gives him Lane Zhuang Rui, which were in her possession, and upon seeing this she leaves them along with the pen drive only to be reached by the police. Because Liu Jian had told her everything about Zhuang Rui's plan and asks Uncle Qin to give her the drive, but Uncle Qin runs away with his assistant after attacking Fei, and Zhuang Rui and Peng Fei are also freed. Then Mr. Noga and Zhuang Rui make a plan that Uncle Qin will definitely try to steal the jewel, and hence as soon as the assistant comes to steal the jewel, he has to open the other locks one after the other. Only then the assistant will realize his plan. According to this, he starts running away from there and then goes after him, and while Jahan comes and puts his coat in the locker and checks the inlay, then the assistant's remaining men make Jahan unconscious, and they steal the inlay and tell the assistant. The assistant then informs Uncle Qin about this, and Uncle Qin asks him to fly to the left side to escape from the police where his men were standing for help, but the assistant gets into the left side wall where he is badly injured. When Fei comes and checks on him, the assistant tells him the whereabouts of Uncle Qin, and here he also dies. The poor guy worked so hard and all he got was death. Well, that's when Uncle Qin came to his senses. When we see it, it is fake. Yes friends, because Jade Ai had never come from Ukraine and it was all a Zhuang Rui's plan. But when she goes to arrest Uncle Qin, she finds out that Uncle Qin ran away from there. And the next day Phil tells Uncle Qin Zhuang Rui that he has kidnapped Uncle Deco, and in exchange for his release he demands his grandfather's diary, and the next day Zhuang Rui goes to Uncle Qin with the diary and gives the diary to Uncle Qin. And at the same time Fei comes with her entire police force and points the gun at Uncle Qin and then tries to kill Zhuang Rui, but Uncle De comes in between and then someone shoots Uncle Qin, and like when he is dying, Yi Bing feels very sad because no matter how he was, he raised him. After which Uncle De says to him that as we are now, we will always remain like this. On the other hand, Yaman Uncle Long Kuan finds a recorder in his stick, through which he comes to know that Uncle is Da Hisu. What is the matter? This was a big secret. Well, the next day everyone is at one place where she says again that I do not understand. After all, how did Uncle Qin get caught so quickly yesterday? He always keeps his security tight, and then why did they catch Uncle D yesterday? Why did they ask for your grandfather's diary instead of Jade Ai? And after hearing all this, Zhuang Rui says that because all this could be Su's plan, and after that Peng Fei asks her to meet Yibing, and in the next scene Zhuang Rui meets him again where Yibing narrates all the recordings that Uncle De is Su, and this too it turns out that he had got himself kidnapped just for the sake of the diary. Zhuang Rui is very sad to know all this because he considered Uncle De like his grandfather, after which Yibing leaves saying that she will surrender herself to the police. Zhuang Rui is going to be handed over and no one is able to pay attention to it because he himself is in shock. In the next scene, Zhuang Rui comes home to meet Uncle De and calls Fei and calls him Uncle De. He is not found at home, but when Zhuang Rui checks the knife kept there by his gold Dana, then friends, he comes to know that Uncle De had killed Jahan's grandfather with the same knife, and the little trust left here also breaks. Then Peng Fei comes there and Zhuang Rui tells her the whole truth. Hearing this, Peng Fei also gets very excited. Next day, Zhuang Rui comes to Yi Bang's house where Yi Bang had written a sorry letter for her. A painting of his was also made which she gives him as a gift, and here after reading the letter Zhuang Rui is thinking about Yibing, after which everyone starts thinking about Uncle De, where Fei learns from Jahan that Uncle De is currently in Ukraine, and she tells everyone about this, and here Zhuang Rui's health gradually starts getting worse, and we see Uncle De with his friend Long Kuan who takes him to Victor's museum. They are asked to keep an eye on DR because they had to steal the jewel, and the next day everyone goes to Ukraine and they all stay at Victor's house where Victor tells that Uncle De has come here and met Long Kuan, and here they get to know about him. That he smuggles ancient things in the local market and has connections with the mafia and police here. It is also revealed that Uncle is keeping an eye on Dr. Victor's house and museum, after which he then calls Uncle De to meet Zhuang Rui alone at a hotel to talk about something, but when Zhuang Rui goes to him, two men try to kidnap him, but Fei and Peng Fei who are tracking him stop him. After coming back home, Victor asks Zhuang Rui to go underground for a few days because of the danger looming over him, and after that Peng Fei shifts everyone to a secret house. After a few days, when Zima meets them, when she goes to meet her, she sees strangers standing outside the house, and as Zhuang Rui makes a plan to chase the strangers and comes out where they start digesting her, and Fei and Jima find them. Teaches a powerful lesson, but their number becomes too large and they kidnap Zhuang Rui and take him to Uncle De, where from Uncle De's words it is revealed that he had killed grandfather and Uncle Khan because he had started becoming a hindrance in his plan, and in the beginning of the story, Uncle De wanted the power of the golden eye and hence he got it stolen, but it was found by Zhuang Rui, due to which Zhuang Rui also became his enemy. Later he starts tell Peng Fei his story to Zhuang Rui that I have lived a very bad life and hence I was thinking of doing something big. Earlier also I wanted to become rich by getting the power of the golden eye, but because of your grandfather I could not do this. Paya and I had to kill them, but my children this time it will not happen. That's why we see Zima there who was found with Uncle De. Oh wow, what a dangerous scene. Well, so friends, then like this on Mr. Noga and Zhuang Rui. While being kept under watch, everyone gets the news of Zhuang Rui's kidnapping, and then Lian comes and tells that Uncle De has recently met a neurology doctor, which means that he is going to do something wrong with Zhuang Rui, which will lead to trouble. Later, Victor Ro and Fu Yun go to find the doctor, where they find out that the doctor has taken leave and is working with Uncle De. In the next scene, we see that Uncle De has brought some ancient things from China with some big businessman, in which Zima helps him. Only after which Long Kuan gives his news to Uncle De, and it is found out that Uncle De always had the fourth one, but now he also wanted the third one, and after that Long Kuan comes to Zhuang Rui with a necklace and asks him about its past. Zhuang Rui tells him how old it is and what is its specialty, while on the other hand, Victor tells Fei about Long Kuan's location, where Fei makes a plan. She surrounds Long Kuan on the way and tells him that if we want to trade Zhuang Rui in exchange for Jadai, then convey this to Uncle De, and also that we want to see Zhuang Rui safe and sound in advance, and for this Khan, well, he agrees. So the next day, Lian and Fei go to meet Zhuang Rui, where Uncle De only lets Fei in, where Zhuang Rui tells him that Uncle De has placed a recorder under his bench, which he can record. Fei very cleverly spoils her bubble by applying gum and then tells Zhuang Rui that we will pretend to give a girl a big eye here and then you go out with Lian. Zhuang Rui also gives her an idea and says when she does this, she should use her conscience so that Uncle De and Long Kuan cannot talk to each other at that time. Fei is then chased away from there, and after that Fei tells everyone her plan, and the next day I meet Fu Yun and she takes Victor along and takes her to meet Uncle De, where Yun engages Uncle De in his talks so that Zhuang Rui can get time to do his work, while Zhuang Rui tries to mislead him against Uncle De. They are just using you, and also your goods exported from China have become a word. This golden eye of mine sees everything, and that is why I know all this. After hearing all this, Tukan first calls Uncle De, which is not possible, and then calls a number whose number Zhuang Rui sees with his power and also remembers it, and here Long Kuan realizes that he has no word. He is just lying and he punches Zhuang Rui hard, and then Peng Fei comes and gives him a strong kick and starts picking up Zhuang Rui and taking him away from there, where he tells him about Zima and that number, and here Peng Fei finds Zima. It hurts a lot to know about Zhuang Rui because he had started liking her a lot, but then he goes ahead and starts hitting the bodyguard. Some people come and surround Zhuang Rui, and for now Peng Fei retreats and uncle there. Doctor understands that he is wasting his time, and at the same time they start tell Peng Fei them that something very bad is going to happen to Zhuang Rui. Well, then next Uncle Des goes to the doctor, where the doctor shows him the CT scan of Zhuang Rui and says that there is some object in his eye, due to which his eyes are a little different, and Uncle Down says to the doctor that yes, and you have to remove that object from his eye and put it in my eye. The doctor clearly refuses for that because it could have cost Zhuang Rui's life and he unable to do this illegal work. Then Uncle Downs convinces the doctor's assistant to do this work by luring him with money, and on the other hand, Peng Fei tells Fei a number which was given by Zhuang Rui, and Fei calls Jahan. She asked to find out about that number so that it comes to know that it belongs to the same exporter who was going to export the goods, where he goes and confiscates all the goods and also arrests that exporter and reports about him. Fei gives it to Fei, where Fei gives him the idea of pretending to export the goods so he can arrest Long Kuan, and Zhong agrees as Fei and Leno wake up to where Zhuang Rui was kept, but now he was not there. But then they find Zhuang Rui's city scan report there, which they show to Fu Yun, and Fu Yun goes crazy after seeing it because he was ready to do anything for Zhuang Rui. Well, then next tells Uncle Da that his operation is going to take 3 days, and now they are going to take his power from him. And while Zhong disguises himself as an exporter and reaches Long Kuan, where Fei and Peng Fei are hiding in the truck, and shortly after Zhong's team starts kill Peng Fei, Long Kuan's men, and when Long Kuan tries to escape, Fei shoots him and catches him and asks for Zhuang Rui Ka's address, and as soon as they find out, Fei and Peng Fei go to Uncle Da's base. They surround them, and Uncle Da was about to start the operation along with DR when Fei and Peng Fei go straight inside after kill Peng Fei the guards. Uncle Dobby points the gun at them, but then a police officer shoots Uncle Da Pearl, due to which he becomes unconscious, and here he somehow manages to save Zhuang Rui. In the next scene, we see all the characters of the story who were Zhuang Rui's friends, who now have lunch together and spend good time. After everyone leaves, Zhuang Rui tells Yang Fa Peng Fei that he is going to leave the Golden Eye and he wants to move on with his life without her, and hence he will get an operation to remove whatever object is in his eye. He says that he will get it removed, and also says that all of you do not worry, whatever it may be, but now I am ready for its result. Then Mr. Noga calls Fu Yun and tells him that the next day, then Zhuang Rui's operation starts, where Zhuang Rui's health gets worse, and Mr. Noga calls Yang and tells him that Uncle Da has run away from the hospital and Jima is getting his eye surgery done because the bullet had passed near his eye, where Jima she calls someone and says that after the operation is over, she will bring back the Peng Fei eye and friends. This drama ends with this suspense, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more video. See you next in season.